Okay, we're going to start off another hunting video here. We're going to start off with something just a little bit different, I hope. And the first thing here is I'm going to show you. I had some problems this week. Had a sight-in problem there. And what happened is, if you see up here, it's got A100. I decided to sight in my gun for 200 yards. And I forgot to change it back to 100. And as I got all lost and things like that, I changed up these numbers and I couldn't hit nothing. Anyhow, this is a pulsar scope. If you'll notice right here, this is how you sight in. Now, everything is backwards on this. If what we do, we go out, this is a thermal scope. We take a soda water can and cut it in half, and then we put one ice cube on it. And if you'll look over here, that's my backstop at 100 yards. That's what the dot looks like. Now what happens is, if you hit way up here, you're supposed to move this little black X, which is very hard to see, up there to the bullet hole, and put this dot on the black dot there, and that's supposed to be 1-shot-0, but I ain't never got it to work like that. I'm too used to the other scopes. But anyhow, that's what this is. This is my sight in. Shows you the X and Y coordinates, and Y is elevation, X is your windage, and that's what it looks like. This is during the daytime at 100 yards, and that is a can with one ice cube in it right there, and it gives you a black dot to shoot at. So that's what that is there. And I got sighted in, and I'm old-fashioned. I like to just label my buttons and move them one click at a time to get it done. Alright, here goes my first video. I was out hunting this last night. I'm all by myself, and this guy here sneaks in through a ravine. There's a tank off to my left with a ravine leading to it. I'm sitting there. The moon is really bright tonight. You can see good. There's hardly no wind, which is bad. And I've got skeeter dope all over me, which means I smell the high heaven. And I'm trying to sneak up, and he's already got a whiff of something. He don't like what he's smelling there. So I decided I'm going to shoot him pretty quick. And he's about 100 yards, something like that. Boom, he's history. Now, what I'm doing, I'm looking around. I'm putting a new round in. I'm still using my little bolt action, making sure there's no other hogs around, and make sure he stays on the ground. And those are cows off in the distance there. So anyhow, nothing else on that video. Somewhere here, I believe, is his picture. And there he is, right somewhere there. Anyhow, that's a pretty good hog. He's over 200 pounds. It's my little pistol right there. Give you some idea. He had just been in that tank. See how wet he is with the mud. I didn't hear him, but I saw him after he got out with my thermal. Okay. Go back here. Okay, saw this old hog here. These are all boars off by themselves. I saw him a long way off. I'm using my pulsar thermal. You notice that he's walking here. He's on a mission. He's going somewhere. He's not grazing. He's not stopping, not rooting. And you're going to see him start disappearing here. He's going in high weeds. That's the one disadvantage of a thermal. They will actually see through grass and weeds sometime. And even though I could have shot him there, it's best I didn't, because that bullet hit those weeds and deflect. You'll notice that I have a remote control. I just did a nuck to clear it up. The images on the scope are much better than what you see here. This kind of degrades the image. See, he's kind of gone right there. Now you see him pop up. He's in that little gully. They always follow gullies. I want to shoot him because, like I said, this is a bad night. It's real still. They can smell exceptionally good. They can't see that great, but they can sure smell you. He's about 150 yards off, which is a little bit further than what I want to shoot. But he's on a mission. See, he's going. He's headed somewhere. He's found an old sow somewhere, and anyhow, there he goes down. I want to make sure. You'll see me probably hit the remote and zoom out. I'm still looking to make sure he stays down, because it is not unusual for them to jump up and run off. If you notice how quick it moved, that's from the remote control. I want to make sure there's nobody else around. Now, the deal is, he's in them weeds there. What I always do, I throw that rifle over my shoulder, and I'm scared I'm going to lose him, because he's laying down, he's harder to see, and I've got to go find him. And all these hogs I left laying. Now you can see my suppressor there. But I left laying there. I didn't gut them right away because I didn't want to make any noise. These boars were traveling through. I like to get them 1, 2 at a time and pick them off like that. Shoot them using the suppressor and the thermal. You never cut on any lights. It's all completely dark outside. I'm by myself tonight. Nobody's with me. So I've got plenty of time. What I'm doing, and I'm just letting them lay there and for a little bit, and then I'll run back. I'm hid underneath a tree. Probably don't need to, but the thing is, the moon is out. I just didn't want nothing to see me, so I got under the shade of a tree so it was completely dark. I'm still looking there. I want to find him and mark his spot so I can find him later. This field is pretty open. It's got that gully that's got all them weeds in it. Real easy to lose an animal in there. I know he's there, but he's just not, easy to see. Like I said, I shot him about 150 yards off. I don't know if I took a picture of this or not. I don't think I did. Had a little trouble with my computer this morning. If you don't have to, don't do updates. They just screw up what's already working. They don't fix nothing. Anyhow, I'm over here. I'm still, when that goes up like that, I'm throwing that rifle over my shoulder. There's nothing wrong with the scope. It's just looking at the sky. That's my suppressor, the white deal, the heat rising off of it. I just want to make sure I can find my hog. And there he is in them weeds. And I mark the spot, and then I run back to my tree to hide again. All right, here we go again. Okay, I look out way across the patch, and I see this guy. This is a monster. This is what you don't want to see, or a hog hunter wants to see it, but if you're out by yourself at night with all the coyotes going, you don't want to run into this guy. This is a really big hog. This hog here field dressed at 289 pounds, which means he is a big one. Okay, I'm going to shoot him right here. I'm wanting to miss his head there. Perfect shot, right? He turned his head, was able to hit the neck and go right into the vitals. Now I'm looking around. I always zoom in. Now I'm going to zoom back out. And all these pulsar scopes have these remote controls in there. And I'll tell you, I really like my pulsar thermal. There's my truck. That was my truck right over there that you were looking at. We're that close. I don't know why these hogs are close. I'm looking at him again because it's nothing unusual for one of these big hogs to jump up and run off after they've laid there for a while. You hit them dead on in the skull with a 308, and they will sometimes lay there and then recover and run off. This is going to be his pictures right here. It's kind of slow to load, but this is a big one. Let's see if it'll come up. There he is right there. Don't look all that big when you compare him to that rifle. Now here's the same hog. Look at the head on that sucker. He is a big one. The guys at the meat packing plant, they hung him upside down with the express purpose of getting his tusk. If you see, he's got some good ones there. Some of those guys like to save the skull for the tusk. Let's see if I've got a picture of them. There they are right there. He's got some big ones. To give you a little perspective, I took a picture of his head with my pistol. And as you can tell, that is a monster hog. Okay, back to the videos. Let's see, where were we at? Oh, I'm going to show you another monster here. Brian Trussell wouldn't even believe this. But there is a jackrabbit right there that is a Texas size. Now I'm zoomed in, but that's cows in the background, so you don't think that's a big rabbit. Old Brian, big as Brian is, he might ride that sucker. But I saw him sneaking through that brush and thought to myself, dang, there's a pig coming, and instead of a pig or a little pig, it wound up to be a big old jackrabbit. Okay, last video here. Like I said, I was by myself, so I had plenty of time, and I remembered went hunting last night, or night before last, and forgot to turn on my record. You can see I'm up in the air, which means I'm sneaking up a little closer. I don't like to shoot that far, and that's my suppressor. A little heat rising off of it there. Saw these hogs. I was kind of worried that they'd smell the dead ones, because these are not very far from that big one that I just got through shooting. And I hadn't loaded him up yet, which is a good thing, because I was so tired after loading him that I probably wouldn't even shot these. Alright, we're going to get another look at them there. Looks like 4 little hogs. I couldn't tell how big they were. You know, this thermal, it's kind of tough to tell exactly how big they are, but I know I like for that circle to fit all the way inside their head. If I can get that to fit, then I know that I'm close enough and really won't miss. Make a good head shot. They go down, stay down. These hogs are tough. I'm fixing to show you how tough they are. Alright, I'm looking again. I think I'm going to do a nuck here in a minute. Nope, not yet. Still going to sneak up a little closer. These are not big hogs. And sometimes it's hard to tell. There's no questioning that they're hogs, but you just really can't get a size on them till with this thermal. Thermal really doesn't give you trees and things like that to compare it to. So I'm still sneaking up, walking. All right, here we go. There's our 4 little hogs. Did my nuck to clear it up. It didn't help on this thing, but I decided I'm going to get 2 at once. I started to shoot that one, but I said, heck, you know, I got 2 lined up. Boom. Yeah, it didn't work out that way. Got one. This little rascal right here, he was close. I couldn't get zoomed in. I couldn't get a shot. Didn't want to shoot him in the butt. Kept waiting for him to stop and look. Most of these hogs will stop and look, and you can kill a second one. But I lost the others. Couldn't figure out where they were at. You know, there's 2 more there somewhere. And I started to shoot him after he did stop, but then I heard something behind me. And I can hear this grunting behind me and can't figure out what it is. Then I realized there's a hog right behind me. So I'm looking for him, and there he is. He's in that big grass there, those big weeds. And I can hear him, but I can't see him. There he is trotting along. Did another nuck, hit the wrong button. Boom. Just as I was going to head shoot him, he steps up. I gut shot him. And as you can see coming out of here, bullet did a good job. That's how tough these hogs are. He actually was dragging about. There wasn't much guts to get out. He goes down right there and starts to get up, and I said I was going to shoot him again. And no, I didn't want to make no more noise and have to. I'm hunting with a suppressor. He was actually still alive when I got to him. I killed him with my little .22 pistol. But I'm wondering where the other hogs are. There's still one more out there that I can't find. Never did see him. So out of those 4, I killed 2. Still looking, still looking. Never did figure out where they're at. I was hoping I'd pan around to the side there. I could show you how close I am to the darn truck. These hogs are not far from my truck. I know somewhere here you can see my mule parked under the tree. I think that was it to the left. Those are feeders we're going by. But anyhow, that is going to be Texas hog hunting. And we get over here and show you the final result. All those hogs were 635 pounds worth. One hog made half of that. And let's see. There they are, all stacked up. You can notice that one big one, he's so big. But anyhow, that's Texas hog hunting. Brian Trussell missed this one, and I know he regrets it. He had to give a seminar in Cabela's and just wore him out. And when he is too wore out to go hog hunting, there's something wrong with that. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Now, that's Texas hog hunting.